Hello everyone, welcome to this presentation about custom fields. And I'm Peter Martin, and the sheets will be online at petermartin.nl. So I have my office in Nijmegen, I have my own company, and my company is called DB8. No, sorry, if you cannot hear it, please sit a bit in the front. It's only for the recording. Thank you. So my logo DB8. I have a new office now, and I'm sitting in a place where all kinds of creative people are in Nijmegen. And my logo is now on the window, so you can see it from the outside. Looks really nice, but I have a bit of a problem with that. If you're inside, it looks like this. I have a solution for that, and that's the sun has to shine. Because if the sun is shining, you can see it on the wall, so that's really nice. I have another solution also, because I do website support since 2005 with DB8. I had a designer made this logo in EPS. I converted it to SVG, which is really great. And SVG is also great if you have the other domain name, 8DB, because now I use 8DB for Linux support for offices with desktops, and also I do AI stuff locally for them. In Nijmegen, I co-organize a Linux user group. I'm a Linux fanatic, and I also help co-organize a Joomla user group, Arnhem Nijmegen, together with Rachel. And also an open coffee. It's for entrepreneurs to meet each other, and just once a week, once a month with coffee. And in the international community, I've done a lot of different things, but at the moment I'm helping at the forum still. And I became treasurer of Joomla Foundation Netherlands this year. This presentation will be about custom fields. Who is not yet using custom fields? Okay, so I hope to convince you. Custom fields, in my opinion, is a really powerful tool that's in Joomla. It was created by Alain Amorit. He is author of DP Calendar, and I think you were using it there. And yeah, you contributed it to the core, which is really great, because with WordPress, if you want to do this kind of stuff, you need advanced custom fields. So it's an extra plugin. In Joomla, it's just in the core, and it's very powerful. In this presentation, I will show you all the fields, and I combine them a bit. So what I will do, I will discuss a couple of those. I will show you how you can use them in your own website. And well, first of all, custom fields. You have custom fields in articles, in categories, in contacts, and in users. And if you are a third-party developer, you can also add this feature to your own components. There used to be 16 core fields, and since Joomla 6 we have 2 extra. So with custom fields you have to configure the type. So for instance, text. The field group, I'll show that later, is to organize them. The category where this custom field should be enabled, and also the access, who displays, where is it displayed. So there's in users you have this feature. So what I sometimes do on websites, I create a field group called author in the users. There I configure a photo, a bio, small bio, and a LinkedIn link, so you can go to the LinkedIn profile. And I use YouTube Pro a lot, and with YouTube Pro you can also get author data. So you can have a page with a blog post, and the author data you take dynamically out of the custom fields of the user that created the article. I also use the articles a lot. For instance, location of extra images with subforms. I also link to other articles, that's SQL. And the subform and the SQL are really powerful, and I will show them at the end. And you can also do it with categories. People don't know that, but if you go in the backend of Joomla, so I have here a local test setup. If I go to articles, no, sorry, if we go to fields, because in the content field groups you make the groups, and in the fields you make the fields. So here it says articles. A lot of people don't know that you can do category, so you can add stuff to categories as well, custom fields. So the 18 core fields. Let's start with text. Text is used the most, and if you create a new custom field, it's selected by default. So if you press save too fast, you already selected that one. I think it happened a lot. It happens a lot with my. It's just for a simple text, and you can use it for a small subtitle, and you can also add a default value, maximum length, and also placeholder in it. But maybe the text is a bit too small, so then you go to the next. It's text area. With text area you can have more text in this custom field. And what you can do, you can maybe put a summary in it, in something. You can define the rows. There is also a filter in it, like what do you allow, what kind of text do you allow HTML or not. But I think it's a bit limited, so therefore I mostly use the editor. And the editor, if you use that one, then you get the same editor field as that you see in articles. So if you are using TinyMCE, you will see TinyMCE here. If you're using JCE, you will get JCE. And it also supports HTML, so you can make things. It's just easier than just plain text. You can easily select text and make it strong, or give it different classes. And yeah, I use that a lot. So yeah, let me show you. So I created a website. In this website I created all the custom fields that are available. So we have text, text area, and editor. And what you can see here, if I go to text, you have the name. You have the name internally, and it's also it's text. You cannot change the field value afterwards, only in the database, but that's a bit tricky. What you can do is you can filter, like should it be only safe HTML or raw, so you accept everything which is not safe. And it uses the setting from plugin. Let's go to the plugins first. So if I go to the plugins, we have the field plugin. And if I go to text, here's the text. I can say here the field should be raw, or no, maybe better save HTML. If you do it like this, and you say filter use setting from plugin, this is the global values for the whole. I don't do it now. There is also options how to where you should be editable. Should it be in the front end or only in the back end, or both? And how to display stuff. And also should it be indexable by the smart search or not. These are really powerful. So I just selected all on, and if I go to articles and I create a new article, and I will put the article in just uncategorized first. So I have this article, and if I go to the front end, I go to custom fields. Oh, it's not there. Oh well, because it's in, yeah. It's in uncategorized, and you can see I switched off a couple of tabs because I like to have it clean. I only have images and links, publishing, and permissions. But if I change the category to custom fields, it's the category that I created, especially to have all those custom fields. They are available in that category. So if I look now, you can see I have a custom field. And what I did, I go to content fields again. I switched on text area and editor. You can see there are custom fields. Oh, this is no category. So if there is no category, it's available everywhere. So I do custom fields here. So if I go to article and I go to custom fields and I have to refresh to get the text. So this is how it works. And if I go to the front end, I go to the article. It's Joomla CMS. You can see the hello regates. It's here, but these are all the fields. It doesn't look nice, but what you can do, you can create template overrides to put this information on other places on the page. Or in my case, I use UTeam Pro, and it can work with dynamic content, and it's really easy to put the information everywhere. I'm a backend developer. But now I can also do front-end stuff really easily. So these are the fields that I use the most. Let's switch off those. And let me show the article again. So now they're off because I switched them off. And in the backend, if I do refresh, they're also gone here. But they're still in the database. I will show at the end how the database looks like, so you get an idea about how it all works. So let's get to the next couple of things. That's checkboxes. So checkboxes are really useful if you have a sort of list of options that you can click. And you can switch on some by default. And yeah, it's also very useful. Radio, you probably know radio, that it's only one option that you can select. For instance, yes, no lists. And you also have lists, and then you can get a list with all kinds of options that you can you can just select one or two or more, because you can configure if it should be multiple or not. At the end, I will show you the SQL that you can also use to make lists, and that's even powerful than this one, because this is just content that you put in it. So let's get back to the backend again. Let's go to the fields. I will show you checkboxes, radio and list. So for instance, checkboxes, what I did, I added a couple of things that you can use to create a website, like front page 98 and other stuff. So if I switch this is now on, it's also for custom fields. So if I go back to my article, that's still open, and if I refresh, I get back my custom field, and I can say I do stuff with Joomla, front page I don't do anymore, sometimes plain HTML, and that's it. I also had here the radio, which just was yes and no. The values are used underwater in the HTML forms, and those are saved in the database, and this is just the text. So did I save it? No, I didn't save it yet. And this is a list of options. So if I go to the options, you can see here all kinds of operating systems. So what operating system would you use? Well, I'm a Linux guy, but you can also make it multiple, and that's more difficult to do. Where is it again? Oh, I cannot see it. Let's continue. So if I save it now, it's here. So the checkboxes, and it's also says Linux. Then we have lists of images. Maybe you want to display a list of images, and you want to select one to display on the site. I never use this because I prefer the media. With media, you get the same as what you do with an intro, selecting an intro or full text image. You get the whole editor, the whole media editor, and you can just select, even upload, etc. So I think this one is really powerful, and you can also limit the path. So for instance, maybe you have authors on your website, and you have a folder on the website called authors. You can create an authors field that only selects the authors. So you cannot select any other image. That's all possible with this field. I go back to the backend. Let's switch off the checkboxes and radio and list to make it more, to have a better overview. So list of images and media. I go back to my Joomla Day article. So this is what you can do with images. I selected the default sample data, but I like this better because then you have the whole. Yeah, you have a better view. So now you get like this. So from the list of images, I selected this one, and the other one was in the media. If you want to do something with users, there's a user field where you can select just one user, and there's also a users field where you can select. Hold on. Yeah, where I think it was a user group. I have to check. Maybe I did it wrong here. So let's get back to the backend. Let's switch off those and let's switch on the user groups and the user. Go back to the article. Yeah, so the one should not say user, it should say user group. It was a fault in the sheets. So here you can just select a user, just one user in this website, but you can maybe select multiple groups if you want to. And if I save it, I go to the front end. You can see here the names of the user groups that I added. Integer. So you can add fields like text, but you can also limit it and make a sort of integer and have lists of integers that you can choose. The difficulty is it's only whole numbers because it's integer. So in Joomla 6, somebody added number. So now you can also have the word the letter pi as a field. And yeah, I like that one a bit better than the integers. There are a bit of difficulties with it. For instance, if I go back to the integer, you have a minimum, maximum, and steps. You also have that with number. But if I go to the backend again, I go to number and integer. But I want to define them as well. Oh, user, and publish. Let's go to the integer first. With integer, I say maybe I want to start with number 3. The last number should be 9, and I want to make steps of 4. Well, this is not possible because then you will end somewhere else. It doesn't matter, just for the sake of a demo. So you can see here 3 and 7, but not 9. 9 is outside of the range. That's not a problem. That's behavior that I suspect. But if I go to the fields, number I mean, let's start with 3, maximum 9, steps 1.5. If I go back to here, to the number, there's nothing like this. There's nothing like steps, so I don't really understand this. Maybe somebody knows here, but I can do pi. And so on. I don't know all the numbers. Hold on. This is 3. So I cannot put comma in it. Yeah. Okay. So I don't really. Maybe. So if I do this should be outside of the range. And here it says this really long number. So yeah, maybe we found the bug here. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a bit. I find it a bit confusing. So let's get to the next one. The calendar field. I use the created date a lot. When I want to use, when I make an agenda or something, I use the created date a lot because you can easily see all the dates. Some people also use custom fields when they want to have dates. It's really nice, but there's no view yet in Joomla. Maybe in the future, because there was a presentation today from Sigrid who said something about that maybe in the future you can configure the lists in the backend, and then it would be easier to use this kind of stuff. But if you want to use the calendar maybe for event dates, you can show the time or not. You have control over the format, and also there are two things. You can use the word today, or you can add a fixed date as default value. And if you do today, it will use the day of today. There's also, yes, sorry, Alan. I don't know. We can test. I will also mention a couple of other fields before we go to the test stuff. So you can add color stuff in it, and if you use colors, you could use the color maybe for colors on your page. So you can have a category, add the color field to the category, select it, and do something with CSS and to get the color at all the places. URL. You can use, of course, the text field for URLs, but then you can put anything in it. If you want to enforce URLs, you can use the URL, and you can even define what kind of URL you are expecting. Should it be an FTP, HTTP, or HTTPS? You can all define it here. And then this is also, since Joomla 6, it's the node field. You don't see it on the front end. It's only in the back end because it's nodes, or you give instructions to what are the fields. And sorry? Really? Okay. Okay, so it's also, thank you, it's also possible to show it in the front end. I thought it was only in the back end to give information, but that's nice. So let's give you a small demo. If I go to the fields again, I have the calendar, the color, the URL, and the node. Publish. How much time do I have left, by the way? How much? 6 minutes? Oh, then I will skip this because the other things are much. It's 20 minutes now? How much? 20. Okay, so let's. So I have published them. Go back. So the calendar is like you select a date. The color is like this kind of stuff. URL is HTTP, and so on. Oh yeah, there is also an issue in Joomla 6 with the node field because you get a small error. Sorry. Ah, cool. You can of course hide this kind of things, but yeah. So in the front end, it's I have to save it, of course. Save the article. Oh yeah. Well, let's leave it empty then. Thank you. So you can use the color, and the name here, color, is what I put in the backend. It is not the field. It's just my label for the field. So what I really like is a subform, and I will show the subform together with the text, the editor, and the media, I think. Publish. So what you can do in a subform, I would like to have the text. I would like to have the editor, and I would like to have the media. And maximum 3. When I save, I go back to the articles, I go back to my Joomla CMS again. Oh, I still have the other fields on. Oh, yeah, of course. Because they're here. What I can do here with text, I can say it should only be used in a subform. The editor should only be used in a subform. And the last one is the media should only be used in a subform. So if I go back to the editor, I have here a subform. I can here put some text, more text. I can select an image, select, oh, I need another one. So I press there, another one, select. Oh, I prefer the other. Oh, yeah, finally. Just like a whack-a-mole game. So now I have this kind of information on the page. And if you use some, you can do it with template overrides, or maybe use something like a commercial template, like I used UTeam for this. And it's really powerful, but I switch it off for the moment because now I want to show SQL. I did subform SQL. So with SQL, you can do powerful SQL queries to get information out of the database and use it in certain ways. Like, for instance, did I put it on? Yeah, SQL. I will publish it. I call it SQL. So in this case, I give an SQL command to select all the articles that are in category 8. But it's maybe better to do another thing, because I just created a new category called Joomla Days, which is 9. So I say instead of 8, I will do 9. And if I go here to the front end, oh yeah. Now I go to an article again. Article, the Joomla CMS. I have here the SQL, and I can here select different things, because what I also did in the articles fields I didn't show, but in the SQL I said I gave here a query. You can use the hashtag, so it used the prefix of Joomla, and in options you can use the form layout enhance select. So if I save it like this, you can have it like this, and if you use frameworks you can also link those. So I can click on it and go to the Joomla Day article. So this is really powerful. But how in the database? There are 4 different tables in the database that are used for storing the custom fields. First of all, you have the fields table. The fields table is to define which type is assigned to which component and view. For instance, I have an article, a calendar article, the calendar field on row number 6. The calendar field is assigned to a content article, and it's also assigned to a group. The groups are to create the tabs. So, and it's also defined to some category. So field ID 6, which is the calendar, is assigned to group ID 8, which is, I called it the custom fields category. If there is nothing here, if there are no fields, then it's assigned for all. So this is a sort of limiter. The field groups are for the tabs, and I have a content article that has a title called custom field, which you saw in the backend, and there's also a description here, and the state is it's on. And finally, this is the most important, it's the fields. You assign a value to a custom field item combination. So I had a whole list of that of what you can use to create websites, and in article 7, in article 2, the article ID is 2. I assigned Joomla WordPress Drupal front page 98 and HTML to it. It's not what I did here in the presentation, it's just an example. And there are a couple of things that you can do with custom fields. Like yesterday it was mentioned that you have also conditional fields, and you can also do that with Joomla custom fields. And there's an article from Olivier Boussard, and you can find the link is in my presentation. And when you go there, yeah, it explains how you can use the conditional fields like show on for some things. You can combine the fields with overrides to have more powerful layouts. There's also access in it, so you can say which user group can see the fields, and with permission you can also configure who can edit or change the state of a field. And I use Uteam Pro, and it supports custom fields. And what I do a lot is I do a lot with locations, and I will show you. And also, when there you need more fields than are available, then there is a commercial plugin from Tassos, and it's called Advanced Custom Fields. And then you can add, I think, PDFs, etc., to your stuff. So let me show you. I go to System, Templates. Up. If I go to the front end, you will see that it looks different. I have to switch on the menu. Joomla Days menu, because in the Joomla Days menu, what? Menus, main menu, Joomla Days. I thought I clicked it. Yes. So now I have also Joomla Days, and the Joomla Days they are like this. It's made with the template framework. Oh, I have to therefore. So what you can do with articles, Joomla CMS again. I have custom fields, only the SQL now. Let's get rid of it because I am not using it. Content, fields, SQL. Why is not I'm going off? Okay, so there's another field. When you install Uteam Pro, there is a location. Where is it? This is the field. Oh yeah, here it is. So if I go to the articles now, I have this Joomla CMS article. Oh, there's not here. I have to go to Joomla Day World Conference. Here I have a custom field, and I can assign Potsdam to it. If there is something else, like a new one somewhere, can somebody? Oh, I first have to assign it to the Joomla Days category. Where shall we do next? Oh yeah, it's Hamburg, because Uteam is in Hamburg. Mention, can somebody say something like a nice place on earth? Bilbao. Where? Bilbao? Okay, so now we have a Joomla Day. Save. And if I go to the front end, Joomla Days, this is a view, and here you say Bilbao. This is the World Conference. This is Joomla Day, the Netherlands, that we had last month. Here we are now. Oh no, this is Essen, and here we are now. So these are custom fields used in a commercial template. This is a custom field that you get with that template. So yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you about the custom fields in Joomla. The core features are really powerful, and if you know CSS very well, then you can create your own really nice pages in Joomla. I use it a lot because I like structured data. Yes?
To the default front-end view. I absolutely don't like it because there is an unordered list with dots on the left side. How can I get rid of them?
I would create a template override for that and then put it in the things that I really like.
Without a template override, custom fields are senseless.
No.
No?
No.
You could use a tag to insert it in the content.
A tag to get custom fields in the content? How can you do that? But do I need to edit? Sorry?
Just open the article. And then go to tag CMS content. No, just in the editor. CMS content. Field.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, this is new. Yeah, I'm using JCE Pro, and I'm not sure if it's there. I have to check. I have never seen this option. Thank you, Tom.
Especially for the node fields, interesting because it looks ugly to have a
yes
and then a node.
Thank you for the question. Also, anybody else with nice things that I don't know? Yes, oh, that's oh, Rhoda.
Can you say something more about subfields? I never used it, but I heard a lot of talking about
Subforms. Yes. What do you want to know? Everything.
Maybe you can just give a use case. When do you?
Yeah. Okay. So I have this website, KGT Applications. It's a website that's now live, but I hope my customer doesn't really know. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's okay. I have to unlock my account. I don't have the password. No, me. So on this website, they have SAP solutions. So if you go to add-ons, they have, for instance, SAP-T add-on. If you click here, you can see here that you can click to multi-SAP-T reporting made simple. So in the backend, if I go to articles, I go to article categories because it's easy to navigate. I go to the add-ons, and here I have the SAP-T reporting. So the business case is a custom field. No, the field group. If I click here, I can add here the name, multi-SAP-T, some information, and an image. And I have to find, I think, Michael Maas from UTeam, because the image is not displayed, because you can see it to structure information. If I go to DB8, I go to optimization. Oh, I have it in English. A fast website. Here I say, why is a fast website important? How can you increase the speed of a website, and how can you make your website faster? This is custom fields. Actually, this is custom fields. I have a field for the title, and this is an accordion object that I used in this page. And here I have just a text and an editor. So you can get much more information on your page in a structured way. And that's why subforms are really nice. Yeah, Alon?
Like to let the user enter unlimited data. Or it's like normally you have just one field, but if that they can enter unlimited data, it's like a list of the same field. It's not only one.
Yeah. Yeah. So in the past, when you wanted to have more images in your article, in an editor you can just put articles in, but it doesn't really look nice, and you are not using the techniques like WebP or Aviv to have it faster, because it's just an image, a link to an image that's displayed. if you use custom fields, it's easier to do this kind of stuff if you have the right framework around it. So yeah. Yes, please.
There's maybe a bug in the media field. You can select an path, for example, logo and photos.
Yeah.
And if you have two of these media fields in one form, you can only specify one directory. The other will not function.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's changed, but I use this in a custom component, and yes, it takes me some time to explore this.
Yeah.
Because it's a limit in the JavaScript pop-up.
Okay.
If you use more than one media field, all images should be in one directory.
Okay, so if you have the media field, and if I'm not in a subform, and I will have it everywhere, so I can test it, and I also will have a media field too, and the location is not sample data, but it should be in the banners. Select. So now I have the two, and if I go here to articles, I go to the Joomla Day article. This is the media. I don't see the media. Oh, I have to publish it, of course. I created it and I have to copy it. Okay, so here I can. Yeah, it's fixed. Because here I have the banners and here I have the other images. So thank you with it. Yeah, they fixed it already. Good to see that is progress. Okay. Other questions? Maybe one last because the time is up.
Fields can be used everywhere and in the contact component as well. And it's very special because you can use it in the email form and you can build complex forms with the custom fields.
Okay.
And this is very amazing. Maybe you can take a look at this site yesterday, the accessibility site. You can see this, then you can order your Mülltonnen here, or on the Madonna site you can see to make appointment. And that's very, very cool. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Antje Radke just told that you can also use the custom fields in the mail forms, and then yeah, you can create powerful forms in Joomla. So yeah, it's nice. Cheers. Okay, thank you for your attention. The sheets will be on petermartin.nl, and okay.